All right, group one. What is group one? What is this? What gland is being shown here? We passed? We passed? So, if I show you this, will that be easier? So here you have, there are two, so this is one lobe of that particular gland, and that's the other lobe of that particular gland. Just give you a hint. Group 5 wants to take that. Yeah. The pituitary gland or hypophysis, right? So what I was showing you here, I have to raise this. So this is what specific lobe of the hypophysis? What specific lobe is being shown here? This is anterior. All right, so this is the anterior hypophysis. Okay. And what type of cells would you see in there? I mean, obviously, it's going to be hard to recognize those cells here, but what cells would you find in that particular lobe? You can look at your notes right now. We have chromophores, right? And acidophils, right? Chromophores, basophils, and acidophils, right? So those three cells, they're going to be here, right? But we can really differentiate them in this particular slide and the ones that you guys look at, right? But the chromophores are the ones that are really light stained. So here is one. Obviously, this is information that it's going to be really hard to be you guys tested on. Like, I can't really put a microscope with a slide and ask you what specific cell is that. What you need to know is what cells will you find in that particular part of the hypophysis, right? And most of those that you see here, those kind of darker in stain, well, it could be either acidophils or basophils, but I think, and the researchers, we think it's more, I don't know if I spelled this right, but acidophils, right? Now, when I show you these, it's because you have the two lobes, right? Here is sort of a division, right? So again, what is this? Group 2? Anterior, right? Or adenohypophysis, right? And this is the posterior. So now for the test, I can ask you this. I put this slide under this magnification, and I tell you, well, this is the slide of the hypophysis, right? Give me the two lobes that you see here. That's easy. Right? You know there are already two lobes. Now, group number 3, anybody from that group, you guys can work together. What is the...
You're going to put the marker down and then put it here.
Really? You guys. All right, group 3, what is this showing here? What gland?
And the 3 layers on the left.
Yeah, so it's the adrenal gland. Put a name here. Now, so, all right, here is one sort of layer here, right? What is this? Zona Glomerulosa, right? I'm gonna put just CG, right? Here you got another one. Here the cells are more elongated, they're arranged in more elongated rows, right? What is that? Fasciculata, right? Just gonna put CF. And then here you got another one, out of here. So I'm gonna put ZF. Alright. So that's the only thing that I really can ask you if I show you the slide, right? Who else? Group 4. What are we seeing here? What gland? Endocrine system. Group 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys, right? What is it? What is this? That's an ovary, right? So I'm gonna ask group 1. Alright, so this is being recorded, so if you're all quiet, it's gonna be better for you guys if you need that recording to study, right? Now, what is group 1? Because you guys missed the first one. What is this thing? We know this is an You're saying it's a primordial follicle? So it's hard to pronounce, right? Graphian follicle, right? This is a Graphian follicle. So the primordial follicles are smaller and they're around here. One here, one here. All right, so they're kind of immature follicles, right? So they're all around. Now, so this is showing you more in detail. It's kind of dark, but you guys can see it clear enough. So this is still the ovary, higher magnification into that particular Graphian follicle, right? So what is this thing here? These whole things. I don't think it's mentioned in your lab manual. All right, so this is the oocyte. Okay. In your lecture, you will, for your material in lecture, you guys gonna need to know all the parts of that oocyte, right? So what is this thing around it and so on. But for the lab, this is what pretty much I need you to know, right? Now you see that those slides are the same slides that you guys use. Okay? So what is this? I remember now. I forgot one. Group 3. You know what is this? And I'm gonna give you a hint. There is something here in particular that might give it away. Group 3. That's the pancreas, right? This is the pancreas. Now, group 2, you guys want to tell me what that thing is that I surrounded with the blue? I'm gonna ask group 2 right now. What is this thing that it's encircled by blue? Hmm? No. All right, another group wants to help. The islet, right? I think it's pancreatic. Okay.
Oh, slider.
Now, yeah, that was kind of hard to see, but you can. I mean, if you look closely, you can see how it's lighter, differently than the surrounding. Now here, We magnify into that one. So group 3. What type of cells would you find inside the islet? Group 3. Yeah, so islet cells. All these are islet cells, right? And then what type? So there are 3 types of islet cells. What are they? Group 5.
Alpha, beta, delta.
Yeah. Now we can really differentiate which ones are alpha, which ones are delta. We're not gonna do that, all right? But we know that the classification of islet cells is divided into 3. All right. Now, what are the ones around that islet? All these ones here, for example. What are the names? Actinium cells, right? So they're going to be outside the islet. Okay. So for the pancreas, you will always try to look for the islet. That helps you in identifying that particular gland. All right. Group 5, you want to tell me what gland is shown here? Yes. Now, what cells are found in that particular gland? Sheath cells? Okay. So which ones are the ones that are congregated? The sheath cells, right? So here, like we can see that all these ones are here are sheath cells. Now the ones oxyphil cells are more spread apart, pretty much lonely. I mean, they're kind of hard to tell. There's one here. Now again, I don't know. YL? I don't know. But you need to know what cells are found in that gland. Identify them might be really tough, but you need to know that one thing that you need to know is sheath cells are usually congregated into rows that are more closely together. These are a whole row of sheath cells here. Okay? So which one of those sheath cells are oxyphil cells? Which ones secrete the hormone, parathyroid hormone? Sheath cells. Right? You don't know it yet, but you need to know that. Right? That's the stuff that you need to know for the test. All right, group 2. Would you want to tell me what gland is this? So we're gonna give you one hint. We can focus on this thing as one thing that's the only thing that you were supposed to locate in that particular, the pineal gland, right? So where is the pineal gland located in the human body? It's in the brain, right? It's by the third ventricle. So we located that particular gland last semester. We were looking at the brain, right? Now, what is this thing? That's the pineal gland. That's the only thing that we need to know. Okay? Good. All right. So this doesn't look that great, but. You guys are closer. Group 1, can you tell me what is this? Huh? What is it? It's not the thymus. Testes. So this is a view of the testes. And then you got, this is really magnifying to 1. Right? What are these things called? Yeah, seminiferous. Spelling is tough. Semi. Seminiferous. All right. And inside those tubules where you have the spermatogenic cells, okay? So all these small ones here. The interstitial cells are going to be outside between the tubules. All right, so here's one tubule. So I imagine this could be either an interstitial cell or blood vessel. We don't know. We need to. All right, but they're going to be outside the tubules. The ones inside are the spermatogenic cells. All right, the ones that you see sort of the by the outer area, inside the tube. Okay. Yeah, that's the testes. Now we'll have to see. Group 3, you want to tell me what gland is this? Group 3? Huh? All right, anybody want to help with group 3? No, it's not the pancreas. We already went over the pancreas, so there's no repeat. So which ones we haven't seen? No. It's the thymus. Now, in the thymus, we have to define lobes, right? Here is again, but what is this? Lobe? Look at the figure that you have for the thymus. What does it say? The cortex, right? And this one will be what? Okay. All right, so that's the thymus. Now here we have these things. What are these things? Yeah, thymic corpuscles. You guys will write my spelling. All right, so that's pretty much for the thymus. Now, I think the next slide is still showing the thymus, but it's getting a closer view on that corpuscle, right? It's there, but that's a really good view. Now, which one is this? The thyroid, right? Thyroid gland. And what are these things here? But the whole thing structure is called what? But the whole thing is a follicle, right? The colloid is what is inside, right? So this thing is colloid. So the whole thing is a follicle, and think the next cell. Yeah, nice. So this is colloid, the whole thing. It's a follicle. And then you got a bunch of follicle cells, really small ones around the follicle. Yep, I think that's it, right? We went over all the slides. Thank you. See you next week.